5.
In his honor, I think that we should wipe away the name of Edmund Pettus, someone who was a coward, who was a traitor.
Renaming the Edmund Pettus Bridge to remember civil rights icon John Lewis. An online petition to do so is gaining more traction since Congressman Lewis's death Friday. Good evening, everyone. I'm Sherry Jackson. As a young man, John Lewis led protesters in this march across that bridge on March 7th, 1965. On that day, he and other protesters endured a savage beating from state police. It's why the day is known as Bloody Sunday. CBS 42's Rashad Hudson is looking into efforts to rename that bridge in honor of Lewis and where they stand tonight.
Congressman John Lewis was described as someone who loved his country even at a time where it did not love him back. And now hundreds of thousands of people have put their names on a petition to have this bridge renamed in his honor. March 1st, 2020 would be the final time Congressman John Lewis would cross the Edmund Pettus Bridge.
Get in the way. Get in good trouble.
Michael Hopkins created an online petition to have that very bridge named after Lewis, where he and many others risked their lives for equality.
When you dedicate your life to dividing this country, you don't get to be honored.
The Edmund Pettus Bridge currently bears the name of one of the leaders of the KKK.
All I want is to give people just some hope that we can get through these tough times.
Steve Flowers knew the Lewis family very well. He was their longtime state representative for Pike County.
He grew up in an era when it really was hard on young black people to get education. It was a segregated school system. And
Lewis would later go on to push the nation to live up to its true promise.
They say that 7 Montgomery March, where he was illuminated for being beaten so brutally, was the reason the Civil Rights Act passed.
Meanwhile, the civil rights giant and many like him are being remembered by activists across the state.
August the 6th will be the signing of the Voting Rights Act. John Lewis and Vivian, C.T. Vivian, they gave their lives for us.
And now that Change.org petition to have this bridge renamed in Congressman John Lewis's honor is sitting at about 500,000 signatures. Reporting in Selma, Rashad Hudson, CBS 42 News, local coverage you can count on.